Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations. Now, I know, I said I would be taking a break from the series, but guys, I gotta be honest, these past couple days, I have been craving more Ace Attorney. I've been dying that I have nothing to play now. Well, I have stuff to play, but I want to play more of these games, so I'm not gonna do what I thought I was gonna do for November, because I just want to keep playing this. And yeah, I was looking more forward to this than I was the thing I wanted to do in November, which might still happen, so I'm not going to say what it is. But if it doesn't happen, then I'll say what it is. But, you know, or maybe I'll do it next year and I'll just be quiet about it or something. But I knew I needed to play this game, and I'm so excited. I know a little bit about this game. I know that you don't go to court in it, which is interesting. And I know that you play as Miles Edgeworth because he's in the title. But yeah, let's get right into it. That sounds different. That's not a gavel, but I guess that's because we're not doing Turnabout Visitor. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. Well, that's a weird way they're typing it out now. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. Is that Miles? That may be true, but why? Why go this far? I don't know who these people are. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. Or is this me talking in my... No matter what the cost. Okay, no, it's not. Whoa, it's in my office, though. Oh, don't show me who the killer is. I hate it when the game does this. Well, it's the beginning case, who cares? I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Ooh, guys, look at this new layout. Oh, I love it so much. What the heck? Oh my god, this is cool. This is... Ooh, it's hard to believe I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door's unlocked. Well, that's not right. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Oh, got the classic song. What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze! I've been played. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Bull for it, bull for it. But I didn't get to see who it was. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. Oh, good lord. Gumshoe, this better be quick. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective at the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud in my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing.
This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it.
Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating.
Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are going to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind, aka my organizer. Profiles? Yeah, cool. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office?
Crime scene, my office. Logic? Oh my god.
I get the nagging feeling this is something important to keep in mind.
Ooh, I like this new track. That was one thing I was a little bit disappointed by in Apollo Justice. There wasn't a whole lot of tracks where I was like, but this one already, I'm like, Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you?
No, not really, especially because of this.
The key to your office?
Logic.
What do you mean, sir?
If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you.
Logic?
By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. Do you not know how to use that, detective?
No. So how do you use it?
First, I recall information through the logic button and then connect them together. Now, to touch the logic button and recall the facts.
Alright. Let me connect that. And that! Boom! Oh my god!
For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir.
There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal.
This is cool, I like this new feature. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir.
Yes, well, when you follow leads to the conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic will flow. Also, from what I read on Wikipedia, this game takes place before Apollo Justice, but after Trials and Tribulations. I don't know if that's true. I think that was something I read, but that could be completely false. And if it is, I apologize. I don't mean to lie. Hopefully they'll tell us at some point. They'll be like, I remember this case well. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we?
Yes, sir!
Begin investigation.
The basics of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir.
I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button.
Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button, okay? I'll give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir.
Oh, something to try later if I have free time, I suppose.
Whoa, this is so cool. I love it, dude. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set.
I had it all set up, ready for when you got back.
Oh, I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. Fair we play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case, though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here.
I think I've seen one of these before.
Care to enlighten me as to where?
Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model, I think.
Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous.
Oh, wait.
What?
I don't really like... I'm confused, but... Sorry, this is... I'm just not used to the text boxes being there. I'll probably mess up some voices at the beginning, but I'll get used to it, don't worry. But now that I think about it, you do see this model a lot at the precincts, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Okay, so his text appears on the bottom, from what I'm seeing. Let's check the dead body. They finished photographing the dead body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Okay, so...
What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police
badge, detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink.
Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith, it would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other.
So it's saying, hey, you have enough to think of something now. So I'm going to save, because I love saving in these games. I'm going to say revolver. Victim was a detective. Connect. Boom!
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to a recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. On it now. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him.
Nice. Oh, I love this new feature, man. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
All right, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, okay, I know. The organizer isn't only for evidence, I keep people's profiles on hands on too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Yeah. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver.
Oh no. No, why are we bringing this back? Oh well. I don't care that much. I don't hate the fingerprint stuff, but it can be a little bit annoying. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the scroll wheel to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use a slide bar in the X and Y, blah blah blah. Get nitty gritty. I'm not gonna look at the crack, really.
To think that it's so easy to take a life with just a pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones that use a track and field means to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. Really? Really, Gumshoe? You didn't notice?
Looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer was the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Only the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility.
Okay, so that's it for the gun.
Let's give the body a once-over. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed...
Oh, it looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Crime scene notes jotted. Cool, I like this new feature. Your file's all over the floor, sir.
Well, probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer.
Signs of a struggle. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
Does he have a life?
I'm gonna say no.
This is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to...
Jim! Whoa. Why? Oh, why? How could... Oh, this is the killer.
Why? Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like she's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night.
Sure. Just in a bloodstained suit, pal. The dog needs to stop barking.
Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jack Portsman. Portsman.
Sorry, I skipped that by accident.
Jim here is my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth.
I guess this is your office.
Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go jumping around to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not! I know how things work around here! High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them, and only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then! You're Jim's killer!
No way, pal, you got it all wrong!
Everyone calm down! Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. Sure, one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. We didn't want to animate a handshake, though. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you. I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there!
Sir!
I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should probably give them some space. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir! Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes.
Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more.
Alright, let's look at... Ah, your jacket, sure. Sure? Your jacket, sir? What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
God, the text is so slow in this game. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well?
They dared to shoot the ultra special...
Oh, they dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? Prosecutorial? I don't know. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster.
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But we're not going to say who him is because we want you to play the other Phoenix Wright games. But I have my own methods and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play.
Oh, because the thing only fired one bullet, of course.
First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. Boom! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Point out the contradiction. This is... Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Boom. Logic.
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that is a secret safe.
Secret safe? Oh, I smell money.
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Roger that. Achoo, achoo. Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there's a safe here and I've kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it? I've been squashing my hopes and dreams.
Alright, secret safe. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad, don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic
scientist. Yes, sir! Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir! I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Secret safe. Alright. As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Alright, let's do some logic. So I'm gonna say the killer's goal was the safe the entire time because I'm smart like that. Let's see, dude, can we do it? Boom! We got it. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Motive theft. Oh! Were they possibly trying to steal some files? Yeah, okay. There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even in a library.
Sure, let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And, so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we kindly restore the files to the rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
Sure know a lot about where things go, despite being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The bloodstains on the bookshelves are still fresh.
I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor kind of grosses me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
Oh! But that doesn't make sense. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yep, there we go. There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. The victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leans against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that a current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? Percentage of the body. I mean, it has to be this. I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the file are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah. You see here how the files that were shot began with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha! So that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up and to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, this bullet hole is now where it logically should be. The killer went through my files before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why?
Logic!
Now the crime scene is as it was the way at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look.
Oh, 205. What is this?
This!
What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? Oh, he's setting this up.
I'd say some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me! Say something, sir!
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
This is what the killer was really after. Stolen file.
Investigation complete. What? Is that it?
Looks like Jim was able to leave us his name and the killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you it wasn't me!
Can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it! I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude, and there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain to me, sir?
No, if it's the same, then I don't really want to. Mr. Portsman, if you are ready.
Oh, if you don't have time, you can just say so, sir.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! I love this! Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot the dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Mr. Portsman's logic.
There we go. That probably should have been obvious to me, but I didn't see it.
Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the quorum into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it.
If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible!
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof.
Yeah, I mean the S is gone and there's only half an H.
Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files, especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Ugh!
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to print this whole thing on me, sir. Sir? I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman.
Brilliant! Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
Meh, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
What? That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
What's he doing?
Well, I was thinking. Did you know there was one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there! Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't!
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Is it gonna be Von Karma?
No, okay.
I believe she needs no introduction. I've called upon. Ah, I knew it! I was like, is it gonna be Maggie? Yeah, Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security.
Oh, hey, I'm here. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie.
Miss Bird is a security guard on watch night. I see, and your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What?
You are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe. And the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird.
How dare you? I've never sneaked into someone's room. That's right. I refuse to believe Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime. And for one simple reason. Reasons for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key. Master key. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, and this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. Wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. Seems the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. I'm curious, in this game, can I present profiles again? Is that a thing? Nope. Alright, I guess I got rid of it. Maybe people didn't like it. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir.
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal. Trust me. You don't want to test just how bad our luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? We already established that it was theft. I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It's as if Mr. Portsman says, Detective. Can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Because they wouldn't know about the safe, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Ugh! I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Ugh! Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses! Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We are partners, like an inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. And that means... Yeah, I know. I only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. The thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. You're always claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Miss Maggie Bird? Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I can never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have had a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run the show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. Thank you, Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. That's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? Oh, no, don't end it there. I want to keep playing, though. God, I am loving this so far, man. This is so different, but it's still similar, and it's just... I love it. I love it. I might, keep playing this on my own, to be honest. But I'm going to end the first episode here for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game, as well as nothing else, because I don't play anything else. But, yeah. Bye.